What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? If there's anybody out there in live stream land that's locked in with Lucky's Life Lessons, do me a favor. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat to let me know that you can see me and you can hear me clearly. And then I'll get into this stream. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How's everybody out there? How's your day going thus far? What y'all got going on? Y'all doing good out there today? Yeah, we're going to get into it today. We're going to get into it today. I'm going to just wait a few more seconds, see what's going on. Few more seconds, see what's going on. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? +5 in the building. What's going on? How's everything? All right, well, look, I'm going to get into it. So initially I was going to hop on this live stream and I was going to talk about something totally different. I was really going to talk about some things that I got going on with my channel, some new things I got coming out, some new things I'm gonna be rolling out. But I put a video out not too long ago, and the title of the video was it was basically men should not get emotionally attached to women. And so the video was doing pretty good, but one of the things that I noticed was that in the comment section there was a huge discrepancy between the comments when it came to the men and the women. And a lot of videos that I do where there are a lot of women who watch that, but watch the particular video that I put out, there seems to be, just like a big discrepancy when it comes to the comments. And so I just decided that I would talk about communication, right? Communication is key. Everybody knows that. Everybody talks about communications and how we got to communicate well. And in relationships, communication is key and all of that stuff, right? Communication is basically sharing or exchanging information, right? Men, women, husband, wives, boyfriend, girlfriend, you're sharing or exchanging information, right? But where the problem lies is that the interpretation of the words used during that communication can get misconstrued. See, when I communicate with somebody, like right now, I'm talking to whoever is listening. However, what I say has to be interpreted by the person who's listening. So, regardless of what it is that I say or what message I'm trying to portray, whoever it is that is receiving that information is going to interpret it however they interpret it. I cannot control the interpretation. You understand what I'm saying? So, even though people communicate with one another, it's the interpretation of the words that can cause the issue. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Or maybe y'all don't understand what I'm saying because I'm saying one thing and you're interpreting it a different way. But y'all get the gist of what it is that I'm saying. It's like when it comes to communication, it's not a problem. Most people will sit down and have a conversation, but the problem is always going to be in the interpretation. So now interpretation, or the way that we interpret things, is based on a lot of different things, right? It's based on a whole lot of different things. And so I'm gonna get into it, right? Um, y'all might not really understand what I'm saying, but I'm gonna break it down, right? First and foremost is this location. Location, where we're from, like geographically, where we're from. Certain words mean different things. I'm gonna give you an example. When I was young, I went to Illinois. I went to Chicago, Illinois, to visit family. We went out to eat, and I said I wanted. When I ordered my food, I said I wanted soda, and so they brought me out. I don't know what it was. I think it was like maybe salsa water or something like that. And I was like, "Yo, what is this? I wanted soda." So they was like, "Yo, that is soda." I'm like, "I don't understand." And so when I told them what I wanted, they were like, "Yo, that's pop." I ain't never heard of that before. Anybody here from Chicago or Illinois? Whatever, I never heard of pop. Okay. But because of where I was, the word soda meant something totally different in a different area. Okay. So that's one way that just simply geographically where you are, different words are going to mean different things. Okay. I thought that I was communicating what I wanted and what I needed fine based off of the words that I know and the words that I use from where I'm from. However, where I was now and who I was communicating with, they interpreted as what they know soda to be. Now, who was wrong in that situation? Was I wrong? Did I have to learn as the one communicating what I want? Do I have to adjust to who I'm talking to? Do I have to know, hey, I'm in a different area, so I have to use different words? Or is the person who's receiving the message have to understand where I'm from and know, okay, well, he's from somewhere else. And so where he's from, soda, you know what I'm saying, is what we consider pop. And so I know that when he orders soda, he really wants pop. Like, who's in charge of changing around the information? Who's in charge of interpreting it, right? So somewhere in the middle, something is getting lost. Y'all get what I'm saying? And so this is where I notice there's a huge disconnect. And usually the hugest disconnect is between men and women. All right, let me go to the next thing, right? Generation. Generation. Um, I remember when I was younger coming up, it was certain words I would use when I'm talking to my friends, my family, the kids around my age. But then, like, the old heads, the OGs, the elders, they wouldn't understand what we're talking about, because we're using words different than they used those words. You understand what I'm saying? Um, it's just what it is. This generation now, like the young generation, they could have a whole conversation that I'm standing there. I have no clue to what it is that they talk about. It's almost like they talking, man, what's that? Pig Latin? Anybody remember Pig Latin? Like they talking a whole nother language. I have no clue of what they're talking about. I know the words, but the way that they're putting the words together, it just don't make sense to me. It sounds like they're talking backwards. When I write a sentence in the order that I'm saying the words. It seems like when they write a sentence, it's backwards and they're saying everything backwards. I don't get it. But again, it's interpretation, generational. I don't want to say generational gaps, but just in different generations, each generation speaks different. And so there's going to be a disconnect when it comes to communication. That doesn't mean that one or another is necessarily bad at communicating. There's just a disconnect in the interpretation. Okay. Another thing, certain words, right? Like I was talking about earlier with soda and pop, right? Um, Certain words have different values attached to to the particular word, right? So I'll use the easiest one of all, the word love. I can ask 10 different people, what does love mean? And I promise you, out of those 10 people, I'll get 13 different answers. I will get 13 different answers if I ask 10 people the same question, because probably about 3 of them is going to have 2 different definitions of the same word coming from the same person. So imagine that. Think about this relationships. How many of y'all been in relationships? We all been in relationships, right? You get together. I love you. I love you too. We love each other. Somebody violate. I thought you loved me. How could you do this if you love me? But I do love you. Obviously, the word has 2 different, I'm not going to say 2 different meanings, but the value of the word is different from one person to the next. It has to be. It's like, well, how could you do that to me? Oh, well, but I do love you. Nah, but that's not love. If you would do that, you know what I'm saying? No, but I love you, but ain't no buts in love. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, certain words just have different values to them. And so it's just crazy how the human language, when we talk, honestly, interpretation is, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not going to say it's almost luck, but when you're talking to someone who you're not familiar with, the conversation could just be like 2 totally different things. Like I can say something and then I ask you, okay, what did what I say means? And you tell me back something totally different. I'm like, how did you get that from what I said? It's not, no, it's not even at all related. But again, it has to do with a lot of things: the interpretation of the words, the generation. Am I speaking to somebody much younger, much older? The location. Are they from where I'm from? Do our words mean the same thing? You understand what I'm saying? The value of the word. You know what I'm saying? I know I value certain words a certain way, whereas you may not value that word the same way. It might be nothing to you, where it means everything to me. So this is where, we have issues with communication. And also when it comes to gender, that's the biggest disconnect that I see when it comes to gender. Just men and women. I mean, first and foremost, that men and women are different. We can agree to that, right? I also believe that men just speak different. Women have their language, men have their language. And what happens is, from time to time, there is going to be issues with interpretation. Now, typically, when a man and a woman have been together for some time, they kind of get to understand what it is she means when she says that. Or, she'll understand, okay, what he really means when he says that. But if it's a man and a woman that aren't together and haven't had time to, kind of understand where he's coming from, where she's coming from, and like how I do these videos, I'm telling you, it'd be crazy the way, the women just, I don't want to say misinterpret, but I guess it is meant to misinterpret, right? But it's just the value of the words that I use, right? So I'm gonna get to the video, the video that I put out, right? The video I put out, like I said, it was about emotional attachments, right? So the whole video, I believe, right, was surrounded around the word attachment. Okay, when I was going in the comment section, everything circled around the word attachment, right? So even when it came to the guys, most of the guys were like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no attachments, blah, blah, blah. But then the women were like, oh, no, if that's why men are this and that and blah, blah, blah. I know that, ladies, I'm sorry if y'all watching. I'm just, but that's how it sound the way y'all be saying, because it just seemed like y'all be so mad, right? And so what I realized is that the value that I put on the word attachment might not necessarily be to the same degree or value that a woman might put on the word attach. All right. So let me get a little bit deeper, right? In the video, basically, I was saying men should not get attached to women, right? And then a lot of women, like I said, were coming back into the comment section And they were like, no, attachments are good, healthy attachments, and blah, 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 and all of that, right? So in the video, I I spoke on different levels of like men and women being together, right? Different levels of relationships, right? I spoke on what I considered to be the lowest level, which was a connection. Then to me, the next level above connection is a bond, right? And I pretty much said, yo, after a bond, that's where it should be, you know. But again, it's based on the value that I put on the words. So when I got to attachment, that's where the issue was. So, but everybody who was like, nah, it's good to have an attachment, I said, no, it's not good to have an attachment. So let me break down my definition of what an attachment is. And if there are any women who are watching, if you're watching this live, go check the video. If you're watching this on the replay, go check that video, okay? And I want you to fully understand what I'm saying when I use the word attachment. Even for the guys, if you feel like, you know, nah, healthy attachment is good or whatever, like we can agree to disagree. That's cool. I don't have any issues with that because I'm not on here to try to push my experiences and my thoughts down anybody's throat. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply here to share my experiences that I've had throughout my life with other people. You know, when I started this YouTube channel, I jumped on here because I was going through some things and I just used YouTube as a way for me to kind of just vent and get whatever I was feeling kind of out of my system. You understand? People are like, yo, when you're going through things, you got to either write it down in a journal or, you know, talk to somebody or whatever. So I came to YouTube to talk to whoever wanted to listen. Okay. So for me, attachment is where you can't let go. I've done plenty of videos about the power to walk away because I know many men. I also know women who are in situations that are not at all working in their favor. It's just a totally bad situation. But because they are emotionally attached to that person, they're taking all type of everything. And I just be like, yo, why are you still in this situation? And they'll be honest. They're like, yo, I don't even love this dude. Or the dude will be like, yo, I don't even got no feelings for her. I just can't leave. That's my definition of an attachment. I'm not talking about like a husband and a wife. I'm not telling men, don't hold hands with your lady. Be detached. I'm not saying don't get into a relationship with a woman. Be detached. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't, you know, open up to a woman. Be detached. That's not what I'm saying. But again, y'all have to understand the value that I'm putting on the word. So listen, y'all ever got into an argument or a disagreement, a debate with somebody? And after y'all go back and forth for about 20, 30 minutes, when it's all said and done, y'all be like, yeah, that's what I was saying. And you be like, nah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Y'all was saying the exact same thing. However, in the initial conversation or the initial statement, one thing was said and certain words were used by the person who was doing the communicating, and the person who was receiving the communication interpreted the words totally different than the communicator was trying to portray or the message that they were trying to send. So now this person, the communicator, is saying something that the person who's receiving the communication doesn't understand at that point, simply because the words that were used and the feelings that are attached to those words. You understand what I'm saying? You can use words when you talk to somebody. You can use a word that triggers that person. You can use a word that triggers someone. And that trigger has absolutely nothing to do with you or the word. It has to do with that person's relationship with that word. For example, you can be a happily married man, right? And you're speaking to a man who just went through a tumultuous, did I say that right? A divorce where he lost everything. He's upside down right now. You understand what he has nothing. All hope is gone for that man. And you go, to the lounge, you go to the bar, whatever, sit down. He's sitting there, hey, what's going on, man? And you got a ring on your finger. He's like, yeah, you married? He's like, oh, yeah, man, I'm happily married. And that's it, man. That guy dumps out. You know what I'm saying? It's because you said that you're happily married and he's triggered now because of what he's going through. It's the same way with just regular communication. You could use a word that triggers somebody based on their relationship with that particular word. I've done videos where I've done a video, I said something, I had 15, 20 comments in the comment section, and one person. And usually, it's a woman. Ladies, if y'all are on this live stream or watching on the playback, I'm not bashing y'all. I'm not jumping. It's none of that. I'm not trying to create a war or, I don't dislike women or none of that. I'm just speaking what I've experienced as a man, living in this world as a man. Okay. It'll always be the woman that is just told, oh, you're toxic and you're this and you're that, and oh my goodness, and you need to go back, and who hurt, oh, that's the favorite one, right? Who hurt you and all of this kind of stuff. And they'll just rag and tell me everything that's wrong with me. They will tell me all my problems, my childhood problems, my mommy and daddy issues, and I never got a woman before, and I'm an incel. All of this kind of stuff. They'll know just from one video I did that had absolutely nothing to do with me, had absolutely nothing to do with them. But yeah, I guess it did have something to do with me, an experience I had. But they'll be able to break down my whole life from childhood. At birth, I was adopted. Like, that's how everything started. Oh, well, it all started when you was adopted. You mad because your parents didn't want you. And you grew up in, like, yo, where you even getting this from? You know what I'm saying? But I just know, like, yo, there's something in there that triggered that person. Whatever the communication was, whatever the word was, it triggered that person. And then they just spiraled out of control. And they're taking all of that and putting it on me, and it's cool. I get that, because honestly, I really appreciate all of the comments that everybody puts in the comment sections to, you know what I'm saying, for me to kind of look at. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with. Some, in my opinion, are way off the wall, but I'm an open-minded person and I like to look at things from different perspectives. I think when I talk, I think I give different perspectives. I hear a lot of people say, yo, you know what? I didn't look at it like that, or I didn't see it like that, But me being, like, I don't know, a little bit older, I guess, back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Back in the days, I used to, well, back in my day, when I would have, like, the old heads or just somebody older than me tell me something, well, son, blah, 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 and this, that, and the third, right? It was in one ear and out the other, because based on my mentality at that point in time, I couldn't even register what it is that they were saying, because I just wasn't on that level. You understand what I'm saying? There are plenty of things right now that I'm like, I'm looking back and I'm like, yo, my pops told me that when I was 17. But I was 17. You understand what I'm saying? He did his part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can give somebody the information, but you can't make them follow it. You can give somebody the gems, man, but they're going to do whatever it is they're going to do about it. Man, let me tell you something. Right now, I can look back years of my life where certain things have happened to me and I could look back in the past and just be like, um, yep, 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 they told me that. Yep. And I can't even be mad because it's like, yep, they told me that. When they told me, I didn't go try to research. I didn't try to get more knowledge. I didn't ask more questions. It's just I wasn't where they were. I just wasn't on the level to where, okay, I understand what they're saying. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Now, when it comes, I usually don't talk about spirituality and stuff like that, right? But man, growing up, people used to. I had a lot of people that would talk to me about spirituality, right? Not religion. See, I used to think religion and spirituality was the same, So whenever somebody would talk to me about, spirituality, I was nah, what I'm saying, I'm good because I never really got into the conversations with about spirituality or religion. I just left it alone. But I used to think people who were spiritual were like a little just different. And when they would talk to me about certain things, I would just think they were different until, you know what I'm saying? I got much older and then I just started, on a spiritual journey. And I'm just like, man, I'm like 30 years, 30 years behind, because had I been at a certain point or a certain place in my life when this was initially, you know what I'm saying, brought to me, if I was at a point where I could, I could take that in, where would I be now? Listen, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, and there's another Lee. Mentally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Now, physically, I've always gone to the gym. I've always gone to the gym. I always worked out. I always did calisthenics. You know what I'm saying? I'd be in the park on the monkey bars on the corner, on the street, on the stoplight, whatever, or all of that. The don't walk sign. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, if you from up there, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you from any really any city, then if you from any city, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's always been my thing. That's on the physical. That's always been my thing. But on the spiritual and the financials and all that, my pops gave me financial information when I was young. He said, "Son, do it now. You ain't gonna notice that money ain't even in your paycheck. Just set it up now. You're not even gonna notice that it's gone." Did I listen? Nah. Well, actually, he forced me. He forced me. He was like, "Nah, I'm going down to your HR, and we going down to do the paperwork." You know what I'm saying? Like, and he physically like, "Yo, we're going down to HR. No, you fill this out." Yeah, he made me fill it out and everything right there. You know what I'm saying? And then like a year later, when I saw there was a little money saved up, I was like, "Oh man, yeah, this is cool." And then oh, you could borrow against this? I went out and bought a motorcycle. Yeah, that's what I do. I was young, you know what I'm saying? I could borrow this? Yeah, that's how much you got in your little, saving. Oh, okay. Boom, took a loan against it, went, bought my bike, cash, and ripping and running through the streets. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I know I got all off of the subject. But yeah, so different words have different value, man. So it's not communication that's the problem, man. It's the interpretation of the words that you're saying where the issue is. So again, back to this whole video that I did, right? With the emotional attachments, right? I don't eh, eh, let's take the word attachment out of it, right? Because one of the comments, one of the ladies was like, and it was a great comment, and she said, "Well, you're totally wrong. What you're saying doesn't make sense. I know plenty of masculine men who are fully all the way attached to their wives and they still work out, they still go to the gym, they still get into the bag, they still on their purpose and all of that, right? That's great. That's fine. But to me, that's not an attachment, right? For me and my definition of attachment is when a man stops doing those things. because those things now take time away from him being with this young lady. If you in my world, right, in my twisted, mixed up world, if you as a man, you do what you do with your lady, your wife, or whatever. You still go to the gym. You still on your purpose. You still grinding. You can go out and hang out with your friends and this and that. If she gets, out of line, she disrespects you or whatever, you don't have a problem addressing it. You understand what I'm saying? Then in my opinion, you're not attached. See, I think a lot of people, well, at least the women, think of attachment as something that you can see, something that you can physically see. And it's not, in my opinion, in my world. Attachment is not something that you can see. Attachment is in your mind. It's in your mind. It's in someone's mind. Attachment is up here. It's not the things that you're seeing. If I'm walking down the street and I have my arm around my old lady and we're laughing and having a good time, some people might think, oh, yeah, they're attached. Nah, no, I'm not attached to her. I don't know if she's attached to me. However, I know that when something pops off, pew, I'm gone. I'm not the guy that has to sit and stay and be like, I can't get out of the situation. I can't leave. In my opinion, that's what it is when it comes to attachment. That in my world. So, it's the value that we put on words that make, the conversation either understandable, not relatable, and make you just kind of want to go all off the edge, right? I'll give you another example, right? When it comes to relationships, the word cheating. You can ask 10 different people, what is cheating? Some people will say, hey, cheating is when a man is with a woman that's not his woman, or when a woman is with a man that's not her man. Some people are like, oh, nah, you sending text messages to a guy, that's cheating. If you in somebody DMs and you got a man and you DMing other men, that's cheating. So again, it's one word, but different people are going to put different values. You know what I'm saying? Different values on, different words. So, that's where things get lost in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to break that down. Let me see, who did this guy? Let me see. OG advice really helped me as a young man. Appreciate you in your videos. Definitely keep doing what you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Cam and Spencer, I appreciate that. +5. Oh wow, sorry, Mr. Lucky. That's not cool. The last example. +5. What example? What example? If you still in here, what example? What's not cool? Let me know what you're talking about. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, it's communication is not the problem, man. It's the interpretation. And when you're talking to somebody, man, it's just up in the air as to how they're gonna take it. And so, so you got to be careful when you communicate, man. Certain words will trigger people. Certain words are just, man, make people feel some type of way. Some people overvalue words. Some people undervalue words. Like I said, the whole situation with love, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So don't get triggered. You know what I'm saying? Try to get an understanding first before you jump at somebody. It's like, yo, wait, hold on. What exactly do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, try to get a full breakdown. Before you just jump at. That's why arguing. That's why arguing is not good, because there is no chance to like slow down and hold up. What do you actually mean? Because it's so rah rah and then now this person said that and now you interpret it as that. So now, and it just escalates all off of misunderstandings or misinterpretations. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? But again, okay, so I got you, plus five. Let me see. I guess it doesn't apply if you're one of those people who live in a tight-knit community. Attachment is a way of life. It's survival. Okay, I mean, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I get you. I get you. I got you. Let me see. Maybe non-attachment works in the West. Okay, but again, I just think I just think it. So, what's an example? Okay, so okay, and that's great. That's great. Let me see. Let me see. Get this, man. I'm trying to learn and all this stuff, right? Okay. So, I guess it doesn't apply. Man, I'm supposed to be able to move this, man. I'm gonna get this figured out. Hold up, hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Can I get this right? Uh, yeah, I'm about to mess something up. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, let me see. I guess it doesn't apply if you are in. Okay, attachment is a way of life. It's survival. Okay, I got you. Um, Maybe non-attachment works in the Western world. Okay, I got you. But what do you actually mean by attachment? Give me an example of attachment because let me see. Yeah, that's too much. All right. When you see, and that's yeah, exactly. And that's just what it. That's just where it is. Like for me, it's about balance. You know what I mean? I do a lot of videos about having the power to walk away, and some people just can't walk away. There are, unfortunately, right. So just recently, I don't know who's paying attention to what's going on out here, but the situation like with Diddy and Cassie, right? So now there's a lot of, people are opening up to situations and things such as, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying? And I mean, I've seen it so many times, people that just can't walk away. That's my version or definition of attachment to where it's to the point where you can't even walk away from it's almost like I all right, I got it right now. To me, attachment to a person is the same as an addiction to a substance. That is the value that I put on attachment. So when somebody is saying no, attachment is good, that might be my version of a bond. You know what I'm saying? A tight bond. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, if my old lady violate, I got to go. And that's it. But then when you are so weak to the point where that's what that weakness is. When people are weak and can't walk away, that's what it is. It's that attachment. So what's if attachment is good, right? What's not good? What's the next level past attachment to where it's too much? And see, some people will use the same word. Some people will just say, well, healthy attachment is good, but unhealthy attachment is bad. To me, that's too much work because it's the same word. It's just healthy, unhealthy. Good attachment is good. Bad attachment is bad. But it's the same word. For me to show the next level, I need a whole new word. I can't have one word and that word be both good and bad. I need a whole nother word. I need a whole you know what I'm saying? Level. I need a whole nother word to explain that next level. Let me see +5. Let me see. Outside marriage done, but heavily frowned upon. Absolutely. Because of course casual friendship is frowned upon because casual friendships are frowned upon because okay, okay, I got it. Because of course attachment. Okay, I got you. I got you. It's unhealthy when you can't control negative consequences. Okay. Okay, Chanel, I see you. Okay, absolutely. I agree. But see, for me, right, for me, I can't use the same word. Like both good and bad, the same word. I need another word to show the severity of the situation. And so for me, attachment is that word. Or and a stronger word than attachment might be addiction, like a person being addicted to another person, right? So maybe attachment is good, but addiction is bad. Yeah, yeah, understand what I'm saying? For me to go to that next level, I need another word. I can't have one word that's both good and then bad, but the same word. Nah, I need another word. I need another word. That's how my English language is. I need another word to show the next level of severity. So let me get into the differences that I see when it comes to men and women, and understand I am not trying to separate men and women or none of that. If anybody watches my content, if you watch my content, you will see that I clearly say, first and foremost, everything is my opinion. Second, I always say, if you're in a relationship and if you can work it out, work it out. I do believe in healthy relationships. I do. I believe in it. I believe that we are built to connect. I believe in it. Okay. So I'm never like that's not me at all. But again, just the disconnect and maybe, you know what I'm saying? My language. See, this is like a men's space. So I'm a man and I'm talking to men. What up? What up? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Um, yeah, I'm a man and I talk to men. And so I talk to men in a way that most men are going to understand. One of the things I don't do, like I see, other channels and stuff like that, and I see men going on to those channels and telling women, yo, I, I can't I can't do that. I don't even know how to do that because I'm not a woman. I've never been a woman. I don't know how to be a woman. I can see women from my viewpoint, from my standpoint as a man, but that doesn't mean that that's what it actually is for a woman. The same way women can look at a man and say, oh, okay, I know what that man is going through. That's not that bad. That's not that much. Or that, what are they acting like that for? They just do. But if you've never been in my shoes, then how do you tell me how difficult or hard something is? The same way I cannot, you know what I'm saying, step into a woman's space and tell a woman anything about nothing that she go through. I can't. I've never been through it. I can give an interpretation. You know what I'm saying? I can give an interpretation from my point of view, but is it even valid? Let me ask y'all this. What y'all think? Let me know in the chat, right? Okay. I don't have kids. I do not have kids. And when conversations come up, like with my friends and, oh, my kids this and my kids that and my kids this and all that stuff, a lot of times, man, like I'll give my I give I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Um, when I listen to them talk and stuff like that about their kids, man, the first thing I say is like I always gotta come with a disclaimer and be like, well, look, y'all know I don't have kids. But and then I just give my little bit and that's it. I step out of the conversation because I've never I've never been in a situation where, I was actually had to, raise a child. I've never, nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't have kids. So certain conversations I just shouldn't be in, there's a lot of people that give me advice and tell me, oh, one of my videos, they'll be like, oh, that's why you'll be single forever. And you know what I'm saying? And blah, blah, blah. You got to, all right. you know, oh, well, you'll never get married and blah, blah, blah. Not even knowing whether or not I'm married. Like, how, again, to me, that's like a trigger. I said something. That's why you'll never be married. I'm married. I'm married. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like I can speak just from my experience. As you know, I don't just be making this stuff up. I don't. Okay. Actually, since we live, everybody say, man, go live, man, and get people to get to know you and stuff like that. Man, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I done been married. I got separated, got divorced. Years later, married somebody else. You know what I mean? I've been married twice. So when people are like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I at least know my experience. And when somebody who is not married and has never been married is trying to tell me anything about being married, I'm just like, yo, you don't even have a, give me something. You don't even have a dog in the fight. You know what I'm saying? How could you tell me anything about something that you now now don't get me wrong, anybody can repeat information, right? Anybody can take information from here, right? Information that could be valid information about how to raise kids or how to do this and how to do that, and turn around and repeat it, right? However, there is no real oomph behind it, meaning it's no real world experience. You're just repeating, you're just a repeater, but you haven't lived it. I can repeat information that I hear from my friends who are raising kids. I can repeat information from them all day about what it's like for, you know, to raise kids and all of that. Oh, it's hard, or you know, one kid is totally opposite from the other. You got two different personalities, and this and that, and you know, I can repeat that all day long. However, have I lived it? That makes a whole lot of a difference, because now when somebody asks me a question about, well, you know, when raising kids, blah blah blah, how did you handle something? How did you handle this situation? How did you deal with this? You understand what I'm saying? There's no real meat and potatoes behind somebody who's just simply repeating information. You know what I'm saying? So I've actually lived what I speak. You know what I'm saying? And still, based on the things that I have lived through, it's still going to be my opinion when I give advice. And the reason being is, number one, I am unique in my own way. Every single man is unique in his own way. Yeah, at the foundation, you know what I'm saying? We may pretty much be, you know what I'm saying, similar as far as like, you know, just how a man is built, how he's put together. But what we go through in life, our mindset, you know, our past experiences and all of those things is what makes each one of us unique in our own way. And then, like when it comes to marriage or relationships, the woman that you are with, listen, I understand not all women are the same. You know what I'm saying? At the basic level, yeah, when it comes to female nature, in my opinion, yeah, but that woman is unique in her own way. Now, you take a unique man, you take a unique woman, and when you put them together, there, in my opinion, is not necessarily going to be just one straight playbook that is going to be able to apply for every single situation. At some point, something is going to have to be twisted, tweaked, turned, adjusted, or whatever for your particular situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a live stream, man. Because I wanna shout out everybody that has been supporting me over the. I've been on YouTube for about 2 years now. Um, I actually I actually started my channel when I was going through um when I was going through a situation, I'll put it like that. I was going through a separation. You know what I'm saying? That's actually when I started my channel. And I didn't start it to get it to like where it is now. I started it because I just had some things that I needed to get off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I had some things that I had to get off my chest. And that's how, and then it grew into what it grew, and to what it is right now. I think I have about 7,000 subscribers at this point, which is pretty surprising. It's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want to be able to acknowledge everybody who has been supporting me in any, or supporting the channel, not just me, supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form. Whether you just watch the content, whether you subscribe to the channel, whether you like the videos, whether you dislike the videos, but more importantly, the comments. What I'm going to do like a whole live stream, just simply going through my comment section. Yeah, that's what's up. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, Kyron, man, I don't want to say, did I pronounce that right, man? I don't want to pronounce your name. I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that. $10, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, it makes me feel good, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole live stream, man, and I'm just gonna go through the comment section. I'm just gonna hit the comments, and I'm gonna shout out each and every person that has left a comment. And I'm gonna address the comment. You know what I'm saying? Just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a comment that, I might think is negative, um, I'm still gonna address it. I'm not gonna say it's negative just because it's different than my point of view. I'm not gonna say it's negative because it's different than my point of view. But man, some of the comments, man, they be rough, man. When I first started YouTube, man, I was like, man, I'm not looking in the comment section. It took me about 6 months, man. Probably about 6 months before I actually maybe started going into the comment section. And some of that stuff was rough, but you got to have tough skin, man. You got to have tough skin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Okay, Kyron, that's right. I appreciate what you're doing, man. You have no idea how much this channel has helped me, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And I never really realized, man, how many of us go through the same thing. I thought like when I was going through something, it was just me. It was just me, and I was just by myself, and I just got to do it, and it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes, man, as men, one of the things, man, see, somebody said this in one of the comments too, man, that as men, at the end of the day, we have to do what we have to do for our situation. And I think a lot of men go wrong trying to worry about what they look like if they do something that's not in accordance with what other men are saying that you need to do. I think that that's like a big issue. I think that that's a big problem. You got a lot of guys that say, never do this and never do that. And when you do this, never do that. And I get it. Like as a man, yeah, there are certain standards you need to have and certain things that you should not do. However, when it comes to a relationship, right? Like I said, every single relationship is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be unique in its own way. You know what that relationship brings to you. Okay. You as a man, like I don't want to say a real man, but an aware man knows when he, let's just say he messes up, and he knows that he messed up. And he looks back at the situation and says, you know what? I'm man enough to admit that I messed up. And so I got to make it right. But then you'll have other people, man, don't you go back, man, you better this and that and blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. And I think a lot of people end up living with a whole lot of regret because of a decision that they didn't make because they listened to someone else who didn't necessarily have their best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful, especially for men that are married. Man, listen, don't take this is just man, sometimes, man, some advice you have to look at where the advice is coming from. I think I did a video, or maybe I did a short or something about, you have to qualify the person that's giving you information. You have to qualify the individual that you're receiving information from. Do they qualify? Do they qualify? First of all, have they ever been in your situation? Don't take advice from somebody that has never been in your situation. If you're in a situation right now, don't take advice for somebody that's never been in your situation. Because if you have questions about whatever it is that may be going on about, your situation or how to handle something, and they've never been in that situation, they're not going to be able to give you an answer based off of their experience. You understand what I'm saying? Like the same thing, example, like I was giving with kids. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I could at best say, hey, I know people with kids, and this is what I hear them say. And then I can repeat the information. You understand? And that's about it. So guys, you got to be careful who you take, who you take advice from. And then again, same thing like I was saying before, when it comes to the words, you have to be careful of the words, because what it is that they're saying, you might interpret it as something totally different. So we got to make sure that we're all getting on the same page when it comes to the words that we use. Make sure that you clarify, you know what I'm saying? What it is that you mean. So like when I say attachments, you know what I'm saying? I just went through the process of trying to clarify what I mean when I say, attachments. And let me go back up to let me see. Who was that? Okay, I think it was Chanel Ivory came back. It's unhealthy when you can't control your actions and that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Um Yeah, okay, I get it. But like I said, for me, certain words, man, I need a new word. I need a new word for that next level. I can't use good and bad with the same word. For me, it just doesn't work. For some people it'll work. You can have a healthy this and you can have a unhealthy that. I don't know how it goes. I'm trying to think of, okay, so I don't know. I just need a whole new word. So maybe, and I'm not gonna adjust for anybody. My word attachment is still always going to be what it is. I guess the next time I do a video about attachment or about anything, I'm gonna do a disclaimer and say, my version or my interpretation of this word is this, and then blah 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 blah. So then maybe they can understand, like, oh, okay, when he's using that word, that's what he means. Okay, yeah, I'm on it. I get what he's saying, But again, but yeah, that's one of the biggest things, man. And I see it just, what I'm saying, between the women. That's the way I see it. And I don't have a problem with women. I actually like when women come into the comment section and, give their thoughts. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. It's valuable to me because then I get to just kind of see, from a different perspective. And a lot of times what I do see is that we're actually saying the same thing. It's just the value that, we put on the words. So look, man, that's all I got for this live stream. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all know, anybody that's still in the stream, that I do have some changes that I'm going to be making to the channel. First and foremost, the content itself is not going to change. None of that is going to change, so don't worry. I'm still, the type of content and the frequency of it is still going to be the same. I'm trying to get on a more consistent schedule, as well as give better videos. But I'm definitely going to be adding more live streams. All right, man. For anybody that does not do this right here, it's harder than it may look. Okay. First and foremost, I'm not a outgoing person. I'm more of an introvert. I feel like well, I don't even feel like that right now. But when I first started doing videos, and I just really felt it was just nerve wracking. I never watched any of the videos that I put out. I say about maybe my first 100 videos, I didn't even watch a video because we can talk ourselves out of a lot of things. When I look at myself, like, why do I look like this? Why is one eye up and the other eye down? Why my ears don't line up? You know what I'm saying? Why this looking crazy? Oh, I need to cut my beard. Oh, just whatever, you know. And so for the first like 100 videos, I didn't even watch the videos. And then I started learning how to edit, whatever, and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to grow the channel and so that I can give you guys, man, the best material that I can give you, bring it to you the best way that I possibly can. And so one of the changes I'm going to make to the channel is I'm going to be doing channel memberships. I'm definitely going to be doing channel memberships. I've been thinking about it for a while, and for a minute, I have just been like, no, I don't want to do it because I don't want people to think like, oh, so now it's all about money. No. Yes, but no, it's not all about the money. However, um, this stuff has a cost to it. You know what I'm saying? There are financial obligations that I have now because I am pushing this content out. So, but again, with the channel memberships, it's just you'll get perks. The channel, if you don't become a member, you'll still everything is going to be the same. But I'm giving something extra to anyone that wants to go ahead and join the channel. You'll get extra perks and access to extras. Those extras are not going to take away from the original content that I always put out. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, let me see what he say. Okay, I appreciate you, man. Man, I just found the big dog, and you're right on time with the emotional attachments. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and see, man, it's just crazy, man. With the it's just crazy how we look at the word, man. I just think most men, you know what I'm saying, probably look at the word attachment as different. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just different. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, man, it's attachments is bad. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. Um, I'm not gonna act like I haven't, man. I'm not even gonna jump out here and act like, yo, from day one, I've been that dude. You know what I'm saying? Just come through like what? Oh, that's how you moving? Oh, word, that's what it is. Yeah, I see you when I see you. Nah, I ain't been that dude. I've been that dude like, huh? Well, why? You know what I'm saying? Can we talk about it? I have, man. I have, man. When I ain't know no better. I think at one point in time, man, we all been, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I think even now, you know what I'm saying, when you just know when and where, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, that's how we moving. I bet, yo. I I'll catch you on the rebound. You know what I'm saying? And then on the way home or on the way to your new spot, wherever you got to go, on the way to, you had to get up out her crib, man, and now you're living in your car. Listen, anybody that been following me for a while, listen, man, I'm straight up with you, man. I had a whole closet in my trunk of the car when I was doing the videos in the car, man. Man, my car was my studio. You know what I'm saying? The car was it was my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? My trunk was the closet. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? We go through it, man. But sometimes, man, when you gotta go, man, you just gotta go. When you just gotta go. For the guys, man, any guy right now, man, that's jammed up, man, you emotionally attached to your wife or whatever the situation is, and you in a situation, man, you feel like you cannot get out because you were attached to that woman, man. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you what you do, man. Start working on yourself. Start working on yourself. While you in your situation, man, start working on yourself. Build yourself up, man. Build yourself up. The first thing I'm gonna say, man, if you're not in the gym, start getting in that gym. That's the first thing I always say. Get in the gym. That gym will build up your self-esteem. It'll build up your confidence, man. And at the same time, it'll have you looking and feeling good. You're going, you got something conquered for the day. You understand what I'm saying? You got something done for the day. It builds you up. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When you start going to the gym, right? Just look around in that gym. Look around in that gym. When you see other dudes, the other dudes in there, that's in there getting it in, trust and believe, man. More than likely, they've been through it. Their story is similar to your story. It's not going to be exactly the same, but trust me, man. You'll be when you go in the gym, you can smell it in the air. You can smell it. They've been through it, man. They've been. I'm telling you, man. You get the gym, you build yourself up, man. Get your money right. You're gonna have to start stacking your money up and all of that stuff like that, man. And if, man, once you build yourself up, man, you got to take that step and go, man. Just go ahead and take that step and go, man. You got to, man. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna let you know, man. It ain't gonna be easy. Oh, nah, you gonna feel it. Oh, you gonna feel the pain. But you just got to build yourself up to be able to get out that door. Once you get out the door, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen now. You know what I'm saying? You just got to jump out there. You know what I mean? But if you can make it work, man, try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't, man, you got to get out of there, man. You got to break that attachment, man. And the thing about attachments, man, you never know that you that attached until it's time to detach. I ain't never felt no attachment. I never felt it, man. When I was attached, I didn't feel it until it was time to roll out. And I was like, oh, keep calling me back. You keep pulling me back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I've been there. But yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, man, back to the channel, man. I'm gonna do channel memberships, man. Also, I'm probably gonna do a Patreon as well, man. A lot of people doing Patreon. I already have one, but I just don't have it up and running right now, man. I kind of know YouTube. I'm learning the live stream game now. And, I don't like to kind of be all over the place. If y'all know, I also have Instagram, Lucky's Life Lessons. I also have an Instagram. And I started like a year ago or so. And I stopped because I had to have shoulder surgery. And then once I had my shoulder surgery, you know what I'm saying? I had to get back right and everything. And I just never really went back on Instagram. But if I see anybody, you know what I'm saying, tapping in on Instagram, I'll start like really getting Instagram going up because I just know different people have different platforms that they prefer. I also have a Facebook and I have a Facebook group. But again, I don't have the Facebook is Lucky Life Lessons. I also got a Facebook group. I think it's Lucky's Life Lessons. I think everything is the same, like pretty much across the board. But I just focus here, man. I just focus on YouTube. But I am going to start branching out because I know other people have other platforms of choice. And so, my main goal is just to bring, you know what I'm saying, just to, put myself out in front of more people across more platforms just to reach more guys. Yeah, I'm definitely not that guy who is going to portray to be something else, man. Yeah, I've been that dude that been hurt, man. I've been that dude that's like, uh, you know what I'm saying? I've been that dude, man. I think we all been that dude at some point in time, But it is what it is. And then, you know what I'm saying, if anybody missed out, I've been married. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now. So I don't act like, I'm nah, you know what I'm saying? That's me. And now am I attached? I'm going to say no. Because if y'all paid attention, I've been separated. So now I could walk out the door. That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I have a bond? Yeah, of course. But I'm not the one that's like, yeah, nah, you're not going to disrespect me 1/11th time. This is the 10th time and it's the last time. Nah, not me. Not me. It's not happening, So with that being said, man, I'm going to try to do another live stream. Let me tell you something, man. My best day that I can really do live streams, honestly, is on a Sunday. That's really my best day because that's my only open day that I have, man. I work a full-time job. I work a lot of hours, and, then, putting content together, man, and everything. I'm going to start doing more stuff just and like how I started, man, just jumping in front of the camera and just flowing. You know what I'm saying? But I notice sometimes I always leave stuff out and I think I'll be all over the place. And, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all, is it okay if I just flow or should I break it down? Do one long form piece of content, like 30 minutes long, or just keep it short to about 12 minutes or, what I'm saying? Because whatever it is, y'all let me know, man. Y'all like live streams. And I'm also going to, y'all in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, of the videos, man, let me know what y'all want me to talk about. And if it's something that I dealt with, or if you just want to know my opinion or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know. And you know what I'm saying? I'll put something out there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Just bring as much value as I possibly can to everybody, man. Because you know what I'm saying? I think it's needed. I think it's very much needed. Yeah, y'all. So look, man, with that being said, I'm about to roll out. I appreciate y'all for chilling out with me. My next live stream, I'm gonna see if I could shoot for, oh wait, hold on. Anybody that pays attention, y'all know I'm a biker. So more than likely I'm gonna be at the bike rally this Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that Harley. All right. But I'm still gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out, man. I'm gonna figure it out. Look, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. Hope I brought y'all some value. And again, man, hit me up in the comment section and just let me know what's up. All right. I appreciate y'all. And I'll check y'all later. And also, yeah, man, definitely. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate ya. All right. I'll catch y'all later, man. God bless.